When I was in Marbella, I met up with somebody who does a lot of fundraising for me. Helps me raise debt for our finance businesses. And I think the takeaway for you guys from that is the importance of understanding how to raise money. I've talked about this a couple of times lately, not so much on these weekly roundups, but just in general in videos. And I often get asked, what is the single most important skill that you should have in business? And I always find it a bit of a trick question because there isn't just one skill. Business like anything, like any sport, you can't win at tennis if you only have an amazing forehand. You've got to have the backhand, the volley, the serve, the fitness, the mental preparation, etc. It's very much a rounded thing. But I guess like in tennis, if you don't have a great serve, then you're always going to be on the back foot, probably never be able to ever ultimately win a match, because you've got to have that kind of power of the serve to be able to set yourself up for the rest of the game. I think if there was one thing that was super powerful for me in business, it is the ability to raise funds, and it's something that something I've always been very, very good at. I've raised funds, whether it's $5,000 or 5 million quid, for the last 20 years. Literally since my very early 20s, I've been, I've very much built my success upon my ability to know how to raise funds from people. And I think it's impossible to scale. I'm trying to think of a business you could scale without having the need to raise funds, and I honestly can't think of one. Certainly not in a short space of time. Maybe if you've got decades and decades to do it organically with and pass it down the family generations. But look, if you want to scale rapidly, if you want to take advantage of the opportunities that are there in front of you right now, you're going to need capital to do it. And I'm sure 99.9% of people listening to this, and people in the world in general, haven't got a trust fund, haven't got access to dad's bank account or whatever it may be, and you've got to you need to be able to go out there and raise funds from banks, from other alternative financial institutions, from investors, from suppliers, in whatever creative ways that may be. So I think if you need to develop one skill, you're very well, then that for me is something that you really need to spend some time on.